I have the most extraordinary partner in life. Well, it's a big, epic, romantic drama.
After nearly 20 years of marriage, Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban, one of Hollywood's most admired couples, are calling it quits. And while the announcement may have shocked fans, the signs were there all along. From secret separations to subtle public hints, this breakup has a lot more going on beneath the surface. Nicole officially filed for divorce on September 30th in Nashville, Tennessee, ending what many thought was a forever love story. They've been married since 2006, practically a lifetime by celebrity standards, and for years, they seemed like the perfect match. The Oscar-winning actress and the country music superstar. But behind the smiles, things weren't quite as perfect as they looked. Nicole and Keith's story began in January of 2005 at a glitzy Los Angeles event called G'day LA, which celebrated Australian talent in Hollywood. Both were honored guests that night, and Keith later said it felt like walking into a royal ball, and that Nicole was the princess. He even admitted he was too nervous to call her for months after meeting her because she seemed too perfect. But when he finally did, everything clicked. They started dating that same year and got engaged by May 2006. Just 1 month later, they married in a candlelit ceremony in Sydney, Australia. Keith would later say that meeting Nicole didn't just change his life, it started it. But the honeymoon didn't last long. 4 months into the marriage, Keith checked himself into rehab for drug and alcohol addiction. He later said he deeply regretted hurting Nicole and those who loved him. Instead of walking away, Nicole organized an intervention to get him help. It was a defining moment for both of them, one that Keith has credited with saving his life and his career. Over the years, they went on to build a beautiful family together. 2 daughters, Sunday Rose and Faith Margaret, and made Nashville their home. They became the couple everyone rooted for, whether it was Keith cheering for Nicole at the Oscars or Nicole smiling proudly in the front row at one of Keith's concerts. They always seemed to be each other's biggest fans. Even as recently as May 2025, Keith won a major country music honor, the ACM Triple Crown Award, and publicly thanked Nicole, saying that she showed him what true love looks like. Just 1 month later, Nicole posted a sweet black and white photo for their anniversary, captioned, "Happy Anniversary, Baby," with her head resting on his shoulder. It looked like they were stronger than ever. But behind that image, their marriage had already started to fall apart. According to reports, the couple quietly began living in separate homes earlier that summer. Keith moved into a new house in Nashville, while Nicole stayed at their family home with their daughters. People close to them said the separation wasn't actually a surprise. They'd been drifting apart for a while. Their lives were moving in different directions, and neither seemed to be able to pull things back together. Fans started picking up on small, telling moments. In June, around the same time Nicole posted her anniversary photo, Keith didn't post anything in return. Then in July, during an Australian radio interview, a host asked Keith how he felt about Nicole doing love scenes with younger actors like Zac Efron. Without warning, he hung up the phone mid-interview. It was uncharacteristic. Keith had always spoken warmly about Nicole in the past. Then, in September, he appeared on another radio show called Jonesy and Amanda. When asked about his marriage and whether fate had brought him and Nicole together, his answers were unusually short. He avoided eye contact, fiddled with a water bottle, and seemed uncomfortable. When the host pressed a little further, Keith ended the topic abruptly, saying, "You never know, anyway, moving on." Fans who watched that interview said something about this body language just felt off, like he was done talking about his marriage altogether. Around that same time, Nicole made a move that raised even more eyebrows. In July, she reportedly applied to become a resident of Portugal. Keith's name wasn't listed on the application, and while some representatives said it was due to his touring schedule, Keith never filed a separate application later. The couple owns a luxury home in Lisbon, and some insiders believe Nicole was planning to spend more time there without him. But the moment that really set the internet on fire came during one of Keith's concerts. He performed his 2016 hit, The Fighter, a song he famously wrote for Nicole. In the original version, the lyric says, "When they're trying to get to you, baby, I'll be the fighter." But this time he changed the word baby to Maggie, the name of a 25-year-old guitarist in his band. After singing the line, he gave her a hug. Maggie later posted a clip of that moment on Instagram with the caption, "Did he just say that?" and some surprised emojis. Fans immediately flooded the comments. Some called it disrespectful, pointing out that The Fighter had been a love song for Nicole. Others defended Keith, saying he'd done similar lyric changes before, including when performing with Carrie Underwood. Still, with the divorce news breaking soon after, the timing made the whole thing look suspicious. Now some tabloids are suggesting that Keith may already be seeing someone new, and while Maggie's name keeps coming up, there's no proof of any romantic relationship. Sources close to Nicole have told TMZ that she's aware of the rumors, but isn't commenting. As of now, Keith's team hasn't confirmed or denied anything. Let's talk about the official court filings, because they reveal a lot. Nicole filed on September 30th, but both she and Keith signed paperwork weeks earlier. Keith on August 29th and Nicole on September 6th, showing that this divorce had been quietly in motion long before anyone knew. The reason cited is irreconcilable differences, which is legal language for "we can't fix this." Nicole is asking to be the primary parent for their daughters, who are now 17 and 14. The proposed custody plan gives Nicole 306 days of the year with the kids and Keith 59 days. Financially, both listed their monthly income as over $100,000, and neither is asking for alimony. Their assets will be split evenly, and each will keep their income from their own work. Under Tennessee law, it takes at least 90 days for a divorce to become final, so even though Nicole filed at the end of September, the split won't be legally official until late December or early January. Since the news broke, both Nicole and Keith have stayed mostly silent publicly, but at his first concert after the filing, fans noticed Keith wasn't wearing his wedding ring, and he left The Fighter off his setlist. Those quiet actions said a lot. So what does this all mean? On the surface, it's the end of a nearly 20-year marriage, but it's also a reminder of how different public image can be from private reality. Nicole and Keith spent their years appearing perfectly in sync, but their separation shows that even the most picture-perfect relationships can fracture behind the scenes. It also highlights how celebrity couples often handle breakups privately before the world finds out. By the time a divorce becomes public, most of the emotional and legal unraveling has already happened in silence. As for what's next, Nicole and Keith will focus on co-parenting their daughters, who spent most of their lives in Nashville. Friends close to them say their main priority now is protecting the girls from the media's attention and keeping things as normal as possible. Keith is expected to continue touring through early 2026, and Nicole has several major projects lined up, including a film in Europe, which could explain that Portugal residency application. No matter how this ends, one thing is certain. This was not a spontaneous breakup. It was years in the making, handled quietly, and only now reaching the public eye. After almost 2 decades together, Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban's story, once considered one of Hollywood's most romantic, is now another reminder that even true love stories can fade when the spotlight dims.